I nodded and smiled, but inside, my stomach was in knots. That night, sleep eluded me. I lay in bed, replaying the same questions over and over. What am I doing? Why am I allowing this to happen? But then, his name lit up my phone. Pastor Nathaniel. Hope you got home safe. You're doing great. I appreciate you more than you know. My fingers hovered over the screen. I should have ignored it. I should have prayed. Instead, I typed back, "Thank you, Pastor. You have no idea how much that means to me." And just like that, I crossed yet another invisible line. Until that moment, I had been blissfully ignoring one simple truth. I never bothered to look at his ring finger. I didn't want to know. Maybe I was scared of what I'd discover or what I wouldn't. Deep down, I wished he was single, widowed, divorced, anything that would make the way he gazed at me feel less like a guilty pleasure and more like fate. But fate has a knack for cruel timing. It was the church's monthly couples breakfast, a quiet Saturday morning gathering I had no plans to attend. But Tasha, being in charge of serving, dragged me along to help. I kept my head down, weaving between tables with trays of sliced fruit and steaming coffee. Then I spotted him, Pastor Nathaniel. But he wasn't alone. He stood next to a tall, graceful woman with flawless dark skin, high cheekbones, and a quiet authority in her gaze. She wore a modest cream blouse and a long skirt. Her hand rested on his arm as if it had always belonged there. "Good morning," he said, his voice warm yet different, guarded. "This is my wife, Sister Clara," he added with a calm smile. Wife. The word struck me like a bucket of ice water. I managed a polite smile, nodded, and murmured a soft, "God bless you both," backing away like a wounded animal. My hands shook. My heartbeat thudded in my ears like a warning bell. He was married, and not in secret, publicly, proudly, and I had been texting him good night, smiling at him like a fool, dreaming of a future that belonged to someone else. That night, I deleted our conversations, blocked his number. But blocking someone doesn't erase the feelings, especially when you've already made room for them in your heart. I couldn't sleep that night. I tossed and turned under the covers, staring at the ceiling as if it held the answers to questions I was too afraid to ask. My heart wasn't just broken, it felt utterly humiliated. How could I have been so blind, so foolish? And worse, how could he? He never once mentioned her. Not in our counseling sessions, not during our quiet talks, not even in those late-night messages filled with subtle affection. It was as if she didn't exist in his world when I was around. But she did exist. Clara James. I looked her up online, and of course, there she was, graceful, educated, the founder of the church's women's ministry, author of 2 devotionals, and a mother to 3 beautiful kids. A woman of poise, dignity, and purpose.